Then we
Okay,
can
okay, ma'am, you can start.
now start.
Yes, ma'am, you can start.
Okay. Good evening, all. I, Dr. Pooja Dikra, Assistant Professor of Jammu College of Physiotherapy and owner of the Physiotherapy Clinic. Thanks to the MIDE Academy, giving opportunity to me as a resource person, a class of webinar on a neurorehabilitation in pediatrics. Now move to the topic, neurorehabilitation in pediatrics. I'm audible? Hello?
Yes, ma'am,
Hello?
you're audible,
Okay,
you're audible.
okay. Now the objective of the neurorehabilitation is neurorehabilitation, goals of rehabilitation, principle of rehabilitation, now rehabilitation. What is neurorehabilitation? Neurorehabilitation is a complex medical process which aims to aid recovery from nervous system to minimize or compensate any functional alteration resulting from it. That means any kind of the injury occur in the brain, whether it's a traumatic or pathological cause that leads to the damage of the brain tissue. And our rehabilitation helps the patient to recover this thing. In neurorehabilitation, there should be a neurorehabilitation team, medical team, neurologists, neurosurgeons, psychiatrists, pediatrics, physiotherapists, occupational therapists, recreational therapists, prosthetists, orthotists. Principle of the neurorehabilitation begins during the initial contact of the patient. Now the patient in the hospital or acute stage or subacute stage, when approach your patient, rehabilitation should be started during the first day when the patient has the injury. Restoring the patient to independence or to regain its maximum pre-illness. Maximize the independence within the limits of the disability. As much as possible, try to independent the patient within the limits of the disability. This is necessary because some disability are not totally recovered.
Hello, ma'am, you're not audible. Hello? Hello? I think ma'am got disconnected, so we'll wait. Kindly wait, ma'am will rejoin.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Hello. Might be network problem. Okay.
No issue, ma'am.
Now move to the neurorehabilitation. First of all, we all know about the neuroplasticity. It little bit away from this topic, but it is necessary to aware of this term. Just only review for few lines this topic. Neuroplasticity. The word itself shows neuro means neuron and plasticity means to mold. That means the potential of the brain to react and adaptive changes based on the outside and inward food. Flexible property of brain to change temporarily or permanent. Adapt to the new stimulus everyday life. It helps the strengthening of the new weak connection after the brain injury. In neuroplasticity, the major role of the cortex. Our cortex has the capacity to develop plasticity after the brain tissue injury. Now, neuroplasticity, as I earlier told, remember, brain neural network map is not hardwired. It's a plastic. That means recoil, reorganize itself. How it itself, I am taking the one example for this. For example, here is my clinic. Here is my house and here is my clinic. Every day I am follow this pathway to reach here, from here to here. One day I am fine, this road there is a huge traffic. Now I decided to choose another pathway. Now move from here to here or from here to here. Whether it's short pathway or whether it's a long pathway depends upon your capability. How to, one day you might be, okay, this is very difficult for me, huge risk, because it's our habitual to follow the one path regularly. Like this, our brain tissue recover like this. How is occur? Our brain, there is a axon, everyone knows, axon structure, dendrites, nuclei, synaptic poles there should be and there is a neuromuscular junction. Muscular junction has play a major role in our neuroplasticity. There is a two term is important in the plasticity, potentiate and depression. What is potentiate? Potentiate, everyone know there is a presynaptic, postsynaptic, between there is a synaptic cleft. From one presynaptic to postsynaptic, there is a huge organelle transfer here. Now chemical mediator then bind with receptors, then pass to the postsynaptic and work. In this example, potentiate. Potentiate means there is a electric potential. When you do the activity, there is a routine electrical potential generated in presynaptic. Okay, then huge amount of the bombarding here. Okay, then it transmits to the postsynaptic via a synaptic cleft. Then it helps to regain the brain tissue to recover earlier, and it helps to the positive response. It's a synaptic changes. Now we have to find about structural changes. In this, we have to playing the piano. In early stage, we don't know how to play the piano, or during the very early stage, no one know how to play the toys, or no one know how to ride the bag. Once you use, then you know. Like that, our structural integrity also change. Like once you use the activity routine, repetitive task, this will help to you. Okay, if there is a less electric potential in presynaptic, then that means there is less bombardment occur in the postsynaptic, that it helps to decrease the response, but it shows a negative effect on the structural in daily ideals. So we have to find maximally to potentiate the patient as much as possible, because our rehabilitation focus to earlier recover the patient. But you have to notice every person varies response one activity to another activity. You are doing the one exercise today, another 1 week, you have to change the exercise. You have to focus, this exercise might be not working for this response. So focus on these two terms when you're doing the exercise. Now, Bobath, now move to the approaches or rehabilitation. Bobath or neurodevelopmental technique. It was developed by Kiran Bobath and Bhatta Bobath in 1940s. And it is focused on improved motor control, patients who have damage or deficit in the CNS. Function is demonstrated when the patient exhibits normal posture, movement pattern when performing a task. Dysfunction occurs when a patient exhibits abnormal posture and movement pattern. In this, what? If you are seeing any activity, then also necessary to do the functional task. If you see any dysfunction, then also necessary to do any functional task. That means in this training, task is more important. Focus on the motor behavior and neurosciences of that time when the Bhatta Babat discovered this technique. 12th entity is based on movement therapy or theories that focuses on the development and learning of the skill. An interactive system model, the sphenic body system interacts with the external factors of the physical and social environment. The therapist use specific and precise handling of the patient to promote normal posture and movement. It should these theory based on the or entity based upon the motor control and motor relearning theories. It itself is a huge topic. I'm just giving the idea. Motor control theory says there is two things more important in the motor control theory: reflex theory and hierarchy theory. Reflex theory says reflex itself generate a stimuli that helps. That means the stimuli should be a sensory, whether it's external or internal, and it will help to involuntary movement of the body. And Babat said this will help in the our rehabilitation if reflex generate in the body, whether it's external or internal stimuli. Another thing about hierarchy theory. Hierarchy theory is means itself what it suggests it should be a manner wise or a sequence wise. Everyone know higher center control the lower center. Higher center cortical or midbrain or lower level is cortex brain stem midbrain. Cortex is functioning the this one writing or coordination, and midbrain our is more focuses on the primitive reflexes or gross motors. Our mons, pons, medulla, these all think in the physiologically work like respiration and all these things. This should be important when you doing the NDT. In this technique, the important point is you do anything, but you most focus on the proximal part of the body or proximal key point. Because like if I am generating this limb movement child, then what will I do? First, not initiate the this movement, we will focus on the proximal part. If base is stronger, then it will help from this thing. So it depends upon task to task, which task you have to need in the rehabilitation, then focus on this. So the facilitation of the proximal stability with normal posture and movement pattern, the patient is able to perform differently appropriate tasks. In this image, child can be ready for the crawling stage. So in this, a bolster can be used. Child should be placed on the bolster and giving stimuli to knee joint, okay, and holding the scapula to grab further this bolster to generate the stimulant point as a proximally. Now, in this also doing this thing and gaining the confidence or playing with this thing toys, it will help to execution of the task which help in the baby. In this image, trunk stability can be achieved. Next pose is Bernstrom approach, mainly used in the adults, but some influences on the children. Use permittive reflexes and a synergy movement pattern were evoked reflexively to develop some tone in the muscles later on the violation movements were trained. Encourage whatever the movement is possible and building on it. So strengthening sensory stimulus, positive reinforcement,
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, if you can hear me, you are not audible to us.
Wait, maybe some network issues. Let's wait for a few minutes. Ma'am has got disconnected, so kindly wait.
Sorry, it's network
Okay, ma'am
problem.
is back.
Yes, little bit network problem.
No issues, ma'am. No issues. You can continue from where you left.
It's okay, sir? Are you seeing?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Now, patients are taught to voluntary movement is available to them achieve goal. Movement will be progress in the correct sequence. Abnormal movement will always come first, followed by the injury. And there is a normal pattern of the recovery before normal pattern of the movement are obtained. Now, thing is what I have told them things. You have to use the permissive reflexes. Okay, synergy movement. That means permissive reflexes what present during the birth time, and synergy movement is what group of the muscle work flexibly. Okay, you have to see in spastic child or any spastic condition, whether it's adults or whether it's child, you should be focused to develop synergy, a correct synergy pattern. First of all, you should work on the placid stage to develop a control spasticity. Okay, because if you are not treated, then patient is also develop a spasticity, but that kind of spasticity is not required for the our treatment. That's why it's necessary to start the treatment during the very early stage or subacute stage. Now here I am showing according to the Bernstein, how the treatment comes. During, for example, brain tissue is damaged, first stage is flaccid. That means there is no movement, no tone. This is a normal man and this is the abnormal man or abnormal child. In this, after injury, there should be a muscle atrophy. It not necessarily injury can also lead to the muscle atrophy, like cerebral palsy. Okay, there should be also muscle atrophy. It's a non-progressive disorder. There is a various myths about the cerebral palsy, but this is not a part of this presentation. Sorry. Now another is here, after the stage 1 is over, flaccidity is come, then you need to facilitate in this stage. Due to that means this stage you have to work mainly of positioning. You should maintain position in bed during activity, child while crawling, child while rolling, or whatever the things you have to, child can do. Okay. Now next stage, this stage second. In this stage, there should be a typical synergy pattern, whether it should be like a flexor synergy pattern or extensor synergy pattern, or sometimes there should be a typical static pose developed. In this phase, sparsity will begin. Okay. Now, but voluntarily movement is possible, whether you give the treatment or not give the treatment. But if you need a good amount of the voluntary treatment, you should focus on the acute rehabilitation as much as possible. That is not means you are not working in the chronic when the patient comes, but it takes more time. Now stage 3. In stage 3, you should maintain the all position. Spasticity can be decreased. If you are working here, good mouth, here spasticity should be decreased as you have working good amount. Now when the stage 3 is over, stage 4 come. Here little bit associated movement can be done patient. Next, stage 4. In this stage, patient can be achieved in a little bit voluntarily, little complex movement, like you have to give a rattle, take a rattle from here to here, or give time. They show the interest or activate these things. Now, in this stage, child can do little bit complex, like he is playing with different objects and also walking, catching some things, all these things. Now in the next stage, he is able not 100%, but as much as disability of the child, he is able to little independent as much as possible. Now roots approach. In this approach, it's based upon the motor control theory and developed by the Margaret Root in 1950. Developed a system of therapeutic exercises enhanced by the cutaneous stimulation for the patient with neuromuscular dysfunction. Proprioceptive maneuvers such as positioning, joint compression, joint distraction, approximation, uses of reflex, fetch, resistance. Mainly, proprioceptor can be activated in this like brushing, stroking, icing, cold, warmth, pressure on various tendon, bone, these all things. Now there should be one thing, roots approach and there is a facilitation as well as the inhibition technique. Facilitate itself is to facilitate the thing. Inhibit, रोकना, उस चीज को रोकना जो हमें एक्स्ट्रा चीज वहां पे मिल रही है जो हमारे काम की नहीं है, हमें उस चीज को उस लिमिट पे ही रोकना है ताकि वो हमारी जो रिहैबिलिटेशन है उसको हैम्पर ना करे. I have wait, I am describing some model. Can I move the laptop?
I think ma'am got disconnected. Let's wait.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, hello, ma'am.
Hello? Are you listening?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
Ma'am,
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
Okay. I am describing the model. Roots approach. I don't know where I am
the
left.
sound is not audible, ma'am.
Here should be all things are fine. I am not mute myself. Are you audible?
Yes, ma'am. You're
Hello?
audible. Yes, ma'am. You're
Okay,
audible.
Okay.
Ma'am, it is
Uh,
ma'am, it is not audible, ma'am.
It is
Ma'am, you
audible.
are speaking quite softly. Can you speak a little louder if that's okay with you?
It is audible.
Okay, I'm trying. Okay. Can you see the model?
No, ma'am. We
Hello?
can't see. No, ma'am. You should. I think you should stop the sharing of the screen.
Just again.
Yes, ma'am.
Just a
Now
minute.
visible.
Oh, sorry. Again, I have.
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
It's visible. Let's see.
Yes, ma'am.
Visible. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I am here showing you roots approach. Roots approach itself, there is a different technique, inhibition as well as facilitation. Now, we have used inhibition technique like touch. This is also a cutaneous stimulus. You have to give a touch, little pressure touch, okay? Because less than 2 is enough to this child. If greater than adult, like this, okay? This will help in child to create the cutaneous stimulation and their feedback to the proprioceptor to activate, okay? And the one more thing is you should whether facilitation technique or inhibition technique, any technique, you should focus on the dermatome level. Many of the clinics, these things can be doing wrong because they are not focusing on the dermatome level. Because one day we can't achieve all the body these things, okay? You should focus on the many on the dermatome level. Every dermatome level has a muscle innervation. So it's major things focus on. Like another technique, brush. Roots use the brush, soft touch brush. Okay, if you use hard, it leads to the facilitation. Spasticity will facilitate. Okay, like this. Like if you are using deltoid, then you have to follow the deltoid dermatome level. If you use the this one C5 or C6 or sorry C8 triceps. You can follow this like this. Okay. Now another thing, inhibition technique for the taping. I'm listening. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is a KT tape. Okay, I have already pressed this thing. I have this. Roll might be some of them not saying this like this. Okay. This is a KT tape. I'm just showing, not doing all the things. You just tear the 3 compartments. And remember, this should be always a corner should be a round because it pulls at the side, then leads to the away from the your side. Now, if you have to see child hand should be like a this. That means it's a flexion process. So you have to extend this finger or anywhere you have to doing the treatment. Okay. Now you will tear this thing, stretch now around this. Okay, fake. Place little pressure. Now stretch. The thing is stretch. Okay. Now stretch this thing. After that, remove this. Okay. Now do not pressure in the center. End. Pressure at the end. Now then in the middle. Okay. I'm just showing you. Okay. Like this, all fingers you should apply there. And after that, when you applying all these things like this is the wrong method I am doing, but due to the network problem, so I am doing fast tracing. You should place the anchor here. Here should be you place the anchor. Okay. Now at the terminal end, you should be place the anchor. Okay. Understand this thing? This is the taping. And why you doing, you think know one thing, this taping technique, if you are doing the facility phase, that means you are doing the facilitating taping. Okay. Like what? Because our hand is no movement, no voluntary movement is there. You want to movement. So you have to use the facilitating technique. In this technique, you have to use the origin to insertion tape. But I have used the insertion to origin tape because I am inhibit these things. Okay. For facilitation, use origin to insertion. For inhibition, using from insertion to origin. Okay. This is mainly for the facilitating and root approach. You should also use this thing, joint compression. How? If you are doing the this one shoulder. Now how? You just compression. Okay. This is the compression. Go little bit near joint. Go to the little bit near and compression. Okay. Every joint. Okay. If you are doing the this one approximation, hold here, then do this thing. Okay, little bit away from the joint. Now move to another thing. Proprioceptive facilitation technique. I'm listening. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Herman Kabat developed PNF technique in 1940s. Further developed Dorsey, Voss and Margaret Knott. It's very important technique whether you are doing this technique in adults or in pediatric population. It helps to restore the normal movement mainly. Okay. Now to restore the normal movement, focus on your developing sequence of the movement. Agonist, antagonist muscles work together to produce a violent movement. Focus on the mass pattern of the movement that are diagonal and resemble functional movement. The body does not work in parts, but instead as a whole. Primarily, PNF technique focus on the three things. Increase the motor learning on the agonist through the repetitive of the activity or repeated contraction, rhythmic initiation. These are the different techniques used in the PNF. Reverse the motor pattern of the agonist, slow reversal and rhythmic stabilization, both of which use as an isometric contraction. Finally, learn to relax muscle, help to increase the motion and decrease the spasticity. Here, lower limb D1 flexion pattern showing. Here, trunk stability pattern showing. This I am showing this one pattern used. You have to. Are you seeing the couch?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Fine. Later. If children should be engage some activity, remember this thing, or coordinate with mother or parents while doing the any rehabilitation, because sometimes children get angry without the parents. While you're doing this technique, you word proprioceptive neurofacilitation. Itself word suggests we have to initiate the proprioceptive sensation in joints. Okay, and neuromuscular, that means nerves and muscle facilitation to move on. Now, for example, I have shown one pattern, D flexion, pattern on the upper limb. Okay, now here is the hand movement, shoulder little bit abduction, internally rotated, and elbow is extended, pronated arm, now little flex. Okay, little this one little flex. Now you have to remember this technique first. You always initiate with the quick stretch. If you are not giving the quick stretch, then proprioceptors take a time to initiate. Quick stretch. After that, you have to give the command to the patient to move on this limb. How? आप अपनी इस बाजू को सर के ऊपर लेके जाओगे मेरे साथ. ओके, नाउ ऊपर लेके जाओ, 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 like this. Okay, I am saying this is the only pattern, not any technique. Now, like that. Now, ask the patient, नीचे लेके आओ, नीचे लेके आओ, नीचे लेके आओ, नीचे लेके आओ, like this. Okay. During a very early stage, patient is not doing any movement, but this pattern performing always with the technique. Okay, like one technique is the hold relax. Okay, when the little achieve the voluntary movement patient, then ask the patient, चलो ऊपर उठाओ, ऊपर उठाओ. Now यहाँ रोक के रखो. Okay, this is called the hold relax. तो ऊपर लेके जाओ, ऊपर लेके जाओ, ऊपर रोको, ऊपर लेके जाओ, ऊपर लेके जाओ, ऊपर लेके जाओ, रोको, रोको, रोको. Here should be you give the stress, then ask the patient, अपनी उंगलियों को खोल के नीचे आओ, नीचे आओ, नीचे आओ, शाबाश, रुको यहाँ, नीचे आओ, नीचे आओ, नीचे आओ, नीचे आओ, like this. Okay, this is the hold relax. Now another technique is the repeated contraction. During this pattern or whatever the lower limb or trunk pattern or any pattern, you have to use the every technique with pattern. Okay. Now another is rhythmic initiation. Ask the patient, थोड़ा सा ऊपर उठाओ, 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 उठाओ. जैसे ही वो ऊपर उठाएगा, little, your response is little. Contribution of the patient when achieve the voluntary effort. Okay. This should be remembered during the early stage patient is not contributed any. You should maintain the pattern all the limb. Okay. Now ऊपर लेके जाओ, ऊपर लेके जाओ, ऊपर लेके जाओ, ऊपर लेके जाओ, शाबाश. Now खोलो अपनी उंगलियों को पूरा. अब ये है कि ये चाइल्ड अगर छोटा होगा तो आप उसको बोलोगे नहीं क्योंकि वो समझेगा नहीं. तो आपको ये पैसिवली खुद करना है. With cooperate with another techniques might be. अगर ये फ्लैसिड हुआ तो हाथ को ओपन करना पहले जरूरी है. पहले तुम कंपार्टमेंट में वर्क करोगे. आफ्टर दैट यू हैव टू फैसिलिटेट द दिस पैटर्न. लाइक दिस हम लोग क्या करते हैं क्लिनिकली, हम लोग बस पैटर्न में फोकस करते हैं. बट चाइल्ड शुड बी स्पेशली चिल्ड्रन देयर शुड बी respiratory problem. They also delay the rehabilitation. You also use the little bit I am showing the for respiration PNF pattern like this one. Which child should be relaxed as much as possible. Then place your hand, both the hands on the sternum. Now take both the hand club each other. Now then press down and toward the caudal pressure little. Okay. During inspiration, when the child inspires. Now then relax. 5 to 6 contraction is enough for the children. Like that, you will.
I think we're having network issue.
Okay, here is the connection network problem.
No issue, ma'am. No issue.
Okay, okay. Now move to the conduction education or conductive education. Combined educational and task-oriented approach for the children. Child is educated how to use his or her abilities, performing active movement and generalize this learning to different life situations. Child present activities in the form of the group using music, rhythmic speech during activity. Paying attention to all aspects of child development, the physical, intellectual, cognitive, social approach is important. Educational program for parents can also improve the quality of the children. The approach itself said conductive education. That means this approach is necessary for the education. Education is not restricted to the studies. Education is the various type, like you know, this child has a little education. Some have the more sharp-minded than grasp these things, but engage these child in the different group activities. Some, that means interest of the child should be matter in this, and it helps to develop the cognitive function, interact with the different person जिनको उनके जैसे मतलब सेम बीमारी होती है, उनसे इंटरेक्ट होता है, उसको देख के वो मोटिवेट हो सकते हैं. अलग अलग डिफरेंट काइंड का उनको म्यूजिक सुनाओ, वो उनको एक्टिवेट कर सकता है. म्यूजिक थेरेपी इज आल्सो वेरी हेल्पफुल इन द चिल्ड्रन. VOSTA therapy, dynamic neuromuscular treatment method based on the developmental kinesiological and principle of the reflex locomotion. So reflex locomotion, reflex is what? Voluntarily, that means stimuli, whether internal or external. Locomotion is what? Movement. That means it helps in the reflex locomotion to generate the walking pattern. A light pressure on certain stimulus zone. This is very important for, point for this therapy. You should focus on the stimulus zone like muscles and bones. Resistance to the current movement is caused the involuntary motor response. Reflex locomotion is activated from three main positions: prone, spine, and sideline. VOSTA therapy said here are the three major positions you have to use in this therapy: prone, supine, and sideline. This is the stimulus, variance stimulus point. In prone position, this is the acromic process where you have to place the pressure, like here is femur epicondyle, calcaneum, ASIS, mid-scapula. Like this, there are the different points. You have to place the pressure and resistance also. One side you have to place pressure, another side you have to resistance. also cooperate with the some another therapist pose. Here is also inside line and supine line with a different zone of the pressure. There should be two things in this important. There is the reflex creeping and reflex rolling. Reflex creeping is a movement sequence that include the most fundamental components. Passive, postural control, upright or extension against gravity, goal directed stepping movement of the arm and leg. Okay. I have already told this pressure point. Here, you see this picture. Here, there should be a pressure. Okay. Now, patient, here is also pressure. Here is one therapist to turn the child. Here, this also pressure. Here, child is, another therapist try to turn the child. Like this is also. Here, one is the pressure zone, another is the stimulus zone. When you are giving the resistance, this is the external stimuli to the child, then move to the next position. Now reflex rolling. That means transition from side supine to sideline and crawling. Therapeutically, reflex rolling is used in different phases of spine and sideline. Here, also pressure should be placed. First is what? Supine position. In this, resistance, that means stimulus should be given and child turns to the sideline here. Okay. Then when the child achieves the sideline, then next position is what? To focus on the crawling. Like first is prone, then crawling. Okay. Here, here is the stimulus and here is the child can be moved. Sensory integration training. Based upon the idea that some child experience sensory overload and oversensitive to certain type of the stimulus. When children have sensory overload, their brain has trouble processing or filtering many sensations at once. Meanwhile, other children are undersensitive to some kind of the stimuli. Expose children to the sensory stimuli is a structured, repetitive manner. Over the time, brain will adapt and allow them to process and react to sensation are more efficiently. Treatment focuses on the integration of the neurological process by facilitating the individual to the type, quality and intensity. That means child should be placed a sensory stimuli in different sensory situations. In this, trunk stability is achieved, but child should be integrated in the different, here should be a cone, ask the child to put this pole in one place to the another. Here there should be a lightning ball. Here should be sling to focus on the trunk stability. Child move to catch this thing. Hydrotherapy, one of the good therapy for the children. Immersion in the water can enhance the treatment of neurological impairment individually with both therapeutically, psychological and social benefits. Hydrotherapy is a term used for exercise, warming water and popular treatment for patients with neurological and musculoskeletal conditions. The goal of this therapy are muscle relaxation, improve joint motion and reduce pain. Here I am showing video. Due to the buoyancy force, it helps the child. This is a parallel bar fits in the swimming pool. Hippotherapy. Traditional time, this is very useful therapy. Now it is also encouraged in the clinic, but different ways, not putting the horse in clinic. Rehabilitation strategy performed with a moving house, which has demonstrated its potential to improve the mobility of the children with cerebral palsy, especially cerebral palsy के लिए use किया जाता था. In this training, low frequency, high repetitive treatment strategy can be used to improve motor functioning and quality of the movement in children. Horseback riding improves the flexibility, posture, balance, and mobility of the rider. Muscle contraction and postural adjustment are required to react to the horse movement. 30-minute session, a horse walking at a speed of 100 steps per minute will induce the 3000 steps. To maintain the vertical alignment and react to these postural changes, the child must encourage their trunk stability, different kind of the muscles. During the session, the child takes various positions: forward sitting, side bending, backward bending. The therapist and the trained side walker provide support and movement possibility for the child sitting on the horse. Like this, child sitting on the horse. In this image, this child placed on the horse. It helps to reduce the adductor tightness of the lower limb, or many another muscles also help to reduce the adductor tightness, trunk stability. The wonderful thing for this therapy is it helps to initiation of the speech. While doing this thing, what can be walk a little distance, child encouraged to do the movement. Like this, in this maze, facilitate the walking. It also helps in the to improve the cognitive function. In clinic, we have to use like this. This is a wooden, and in this there are different types of springs. Constraint-induced movement therapy. Kindly speak, this is less important in the children. It's also studies in the upper limb. One study of the body has impairment in movement or sensation, which may cause difficulty with daily activities, especially used to improve upper limb function. To exercise by the following elements: restraining the unaffected side, concentrated and intensive practice over 2 to 3 treatments week for 6 to 7 days with the unaffected hand. We spend 90% of the walking horse following 10 days of a 6 for intensive program and shaping activities. It helps to increase the efficiency of active program involves selected tasks, then they systematically increase in difficulty. This is often referred to as the shaping process. CMT improves the movement efficiency, performance, and precise use of the involved limb. That means your unaffected hand should be a constraint. That means उसको बांधा जा सकता है, ठीक है. After that, उसको हम 30% जब भी हम use करते हैं during the treatment, जो सही वाला हाथ है उसको हम use करते हैं activities के लिए. देखा गया है कि इसका जो इन्फ्लुएंस है वो कॉर्टेक्स पे पड़ता है, जिससे क्या एसोसिएटेड जो न्यूरॉन्स हैं वो स्टिमुलेट जनरेट करते हैं, और जो हमारी अफेक्टेड एक्टिविटी है उसमें जो है वो हमें मदद करते हैं. See the baby how to do the movement. This is the constrained hand. Motor relearning program focuses on the practices of the missing task components, whole task, and transfer of the learning. Example of use of the real world environment, forces of the use of affected upper limb, increased activity of the upper limb muscles, stretching, uses of the key muscles of the upper limb. In this, there is a 4 steps should be involved. First, whenever the child or patient come to you, you have to see, analyze the task. अगर example उसको हमें बोलना है कि आप ये करो या आप सीधा चलो, child को कुछ भी बोलते हो, तो आप उसकी पहले एक्टिविटी को नोट करोगे. उस एक्टिविटी में देखोगे कि क्या मिसिंग है, जो हमें पूरी मूवमेंट देखने के बाद you have to find the missing component of that task. उस टास्क को लेके हम उस पे जो है वो काम करेंगे. Practice the task repeatedly. Then the achieve the task. After that, transferring of the learning in different activities. This helps the child to develop the neuroplasticity. Like this. Here, this is the homeopathic hand or plastic hand, and here grinding should be taken with another hand, and therapists try to resist this hand, don't move here and there, so that focuses on this hand. It helps to generate the activity in this hand. Like this different, like this in this task, you have to place your arm in table. You should focus on the protection, retraction, all the things of the shoulder, elbow, hand movements, all. Bimanual training. Focus on the improve the coordination based on motor relearning, learning theories, practice specificity, type of the practice, and feedback. It should be based upon the hand-arm bimanual intensive therapy. In this technique also focuses on the neuroplasticity. Both the decreased time and progressively increased the postural changes represent the main difference from the hand-arm bilateral movement. 30% of the time is devoted to areas where the standing or walking is required, like dressing, brushing, doing one hair combing, transporting object here to there. Remaining 25% spent in the gross motor activities, bowling, playing, jumping, hockey, use of Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi balance boards, or there should be a ball. Here, there should be a child perform the two things: listening the command of your therapist and also tucking the chain. That means there is a two things is working. One is the cognitive function, another is the coordination. Virtual reality, use of interactive stimulation created with computer to perform user in virtual environment that appear, sound, feel similar to real world objects with events. Dynamic nature of the stimuli increase the ability of the cognitive or motor demands. The use of standard desktop or laptop camera-based video captures, gestures, other sensory devices can be used for this. In this, we are using the camera-based device, different kind of stuff. How the child use the hello, hello, hello.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Audible? Okay. Now next is the treadmill training or the combination of the treadmill training and technology. A typical form of the gait training has been performed over ground with assistive device or parlor day. Treadmill has recently gained over more attention as an instrument for gait training and assessment with several advantages or conventional methods. Reduce physical demands, establishes convenient setup for gait evaluation to improve balance, building strength of the lower limb. Partial body weight treadmill training is used. There are the different kind of the treadmill used. This is a recent treadmill underwater treatment. Here initially give the proprioceptor with the help of the proprioception with the help of the therapist. Once the child learn the movement, then independently he or she can do. Robot assisted therapy is conducted using robotic device that enable the patient to perform specific limits movement, allow the patient to achieve a large amount of the movement in a limited time. To motivate the child to perform his or her therapy through the playful games such as car races to perform exercise with mimic areas. Allow the patient to receive visual, auditory or sensory feedback. Enhance the neuroplasticity by enabling the patient to initiate and accomplish movement activity as possible. The strength of the robot assisted training is based on the repeated goal-oriented cognitive tasks which appear to the particular interested in the pediatric age. It helps to develop the neuroplasticity, which helps increase the strength and improve the isolated movement. Here, screen can be used to biofeedback. How the goal attainment therapy. Therapy itself name suggests task-oriented. To facilitate the child participation in everyday life situation, example, to communicate parents, siblings, peers, to move from one place to another, to dress or undress, eat, play. Based upon the motor control theory, I have already told to you this. Developmental and learning of new skills occur in interaction between the child, task to be performed, and particular environment in which the activity takes place. Goal should be a smart, specific, measurable attainments, relevant, and time. Functional training and practice of functional tasks are important part of the rehabilitation. Effective listening and communication are strategies and fundamental component of the successful intervention to establish a goal. In this, there are the different kind of the task-oriented techniques can be used, like single task, dual task. Like when the child is gain the function or voluntary control, engage the child like playing with another children, cycling with another children. It helps to develop the neuroplasticity and helps to regain the functional tone in the muscles. Strengthening training program. Once the child achieves the voluntary access, then it's necessary to program the strengthening training. Muscle weakness is the primary impairment. You have to use the isokinetic device. There are a lot of the kinetic device using nowadays. Task-oriented weight-bearing strength training for children was effective in increasing the strength, functional problem. Strengthening exercises include functional closed kinetic chain. Like this, in this image, leg press up can be used a child to develop the strength in the leg. Here, cycling can be used. Here, trunk stability for the trunk achievement of the trunk strength. Here is also one leg press up can be used. Here is also balance and postural or gait control training. Normal balance achieved involves three systems: vestibular, visual, somatic, and three. These systems collaboratively work to maintain the equilibrium as well as the posture and help to maintain the walking. Environment should be a structure and task created in both open, closed and closed situation. Closed task is what? Those tasks which do not change from one trial to the next. मतलब आपने जिस टास्क environment में अभी किया, next time भी आप उसी में करोगे. Open is you require to change the environment, not necessarily per day. It might be weekly or the monthly, because to deviate the attention of the child and it helps to maintain the environment. Like this, here single leg achieve. If child is not achieve itself, then therapist can help. Here dome can be used to train the balance. Here wooden log and in this over there is a plate and place the child to maintain the this. Child enjoy the to and fro movement. Different kind of the instruments can be used. Now the most and major thing is the family centered models or counseling. How the health care professionals interact and involve children, family in the care. Successful parent and therapist collaboration is characterized by the following therapist competencies: ability to listen, share, and learn with families, ability to foster the parental role and expertise, ability
We are having some connectivity issue. Ma'am will join in few minutes. Wait.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. These are the huge topic. Itself is a large topic. I am just giving a few lines about this. Biofeedback is work on the our equilibrium system as well as visual feedback, sensory stimulus. These all can collaboratively work. And another trick is the mirror training. There are the different kind of the mirror. Sorry, network is again going. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. You're audible.
Okay. Now I'm talking about the little bit there's some modalities. Nowadays, functional electrical stimulation, difference between electrical muscle stimulation and functional electrical muscle stimulation. Electrical stimulation only doing in the inside the clinic or in couches also. Functional electrical stimulation doing with the activity, engage with the activity. And research is going on still. Transcranial direct nerve stimulation, it was very effective because the previous stimulation was used in the periphery. Okay, peripheral stimulation gave to the brain, but the transcranial direct nerve stimulation gave direct to the cortical stimuli, and the electrode placement it should be like this thing EEG. Now, if somebody might be thinking this is very dangerous for the stimulation, but it in this there is a galvanic current can be used. It I think less than 2 milliampere current can be used. This helps to the regaining the neuroplasticity earlier. Different appears electrical stimulation, different scales can be used here. Transcranial direct nerve stimulation here, electrode should be placed, there should be anode and cathode, electrode placement should be equal to the EEG. Mirror therapy engaged in front of, this is the mirror and child doing the activities pegboard. Here is the biofeedback. This is the reference. Thank you. Now take a home message. Start thinking wellness, not illness. Thanks to my academy. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. It was